The presentations will be made today by architect Chaturika Kulasinghe and junior architect Kalpani Jayasekara alongside architect Godrich Samuel. I welcome you to the stage.
Thank you, Shanika. We are going to present 5 schemes today. The first one is a 3-storied residential house in Colombo 3. We call it the urban envelope. It's on a land, it's set out on a land which is 15 perches, and the total floor area is 3,700 square feet. The location is just off Alvis Place in Mukta Drive, which is a private road. This is the ground floor plan of the house. The main one of the key features is that we have used very little footprint of the land. You can see that more than 1/3, like less than 1/3 of the land is actually built, and the building is actually set out in one corner. You can see on the bottom right corner is where the building is set out, and the top of the land is completely bare, and the backyard has been utilized and made into the main garden of the house. Then we have the upper floors with the bedrooms and the roof terrace on the 3rd floor. So this is the, so I'll walk you through the design. This is the house from the driveway. And from this you can see why we call it the urban envelope. Since it's set out in the vast concrete jungle of Colombo 3, in the very heart of Colombo, we wanted to achieve a serene aesthetic within the house. So we have put up high walls around, and you can see a facade that's very univocal. It doesn't have a lot of decorations. There's only a karanda tree to bring some life into the facade. And once you get into the house, you get into this forecourt area. And then this is the master bedroom jutting out, and just below we have the car park. And then all the views are mostly looking upwards, so that you can enjoy the sky in this very tight plot. The entrance is tucked away. Once you enter the forecourt, you don't directly see the entrance. It's revealed slowly little by little, very slowly. Once you move forward towards the trees, you're attracted to the back of the house by the trees. Then you notice the entrance towards the side with a little swing. The materials of the house is bringing a rustic finish. We've used rubble together with neat cement float finish, which brings a smooth texture. So we have hard and rough textures working together with very smooth textures. And then we have heavy materials like stone working with very slender timber structures and very slight steel grills coming into the house. So we have a play of solids and voids happening in the building. This is once you come to the entrance, the living room and the dining room is laid out in a very open fashion. And it opens out to the backyard of the house, which has been used as the main garden. So a very large opening opens out the living room and the dining to the backyard. So this is from the edge of the site looking inwards into the house. So you can see how we have achieved a very serene and serendipitous outlook in the middle of Colombo 3. You won't even notice that it's in the heart of Colombo once you enter into the space. So the form making of the house has been built in parallel with 4 parallel rubble walls, and all the main spaces has been worked wedged in between these 4 rubble walls. The staircase forms the circulation core. It's opened to the sky at the topmost floor. You can see on the left side the natural light falling in from the opening, and then you can see the artificial light of the bedrooms animating the spaces from the inside. So we see like natural light and artificial light just playing together and animating the space. And from the opening at the top of the staircase acts as a wind tunnel. It catches the wind from above and circulates fresh air throughout the house. This is the view of the backyard from an upstairs bedroom. And then this is the roof terrace. You can see how beautifully the house sits in this urban context. You can see the skyline of Colombo far away in the distance, but it doesn't affect the calmness and the serenity of the rooftop. This project is very special because this is the architect's own house, architect Godrich Samuel's own house, and it has won the SLIA Design Award in 2014. The next project is Beverly Street Rajagiriya. It's a commercial building which is 5 stories with a floor area of 34,400 square feet on a site extent which is 50 perches. So after experimenting with rubble and succeeding on a domestic platform, we wanted to see how it works on a commercial project. Once you see this building, you know what this building is and where it is located. So this is an experimental building. We wanted to see how rubble works on a mid-rise, mid-scale building and how to work out that structure. So we faced a lot of difficulties, with waterproofing. It was all trial and error, but at the end of the day, we really worked it out, and it became a very iconic and landmark building for Beverly Street. That was one of the agendas that we had when designing it. If you think about some of the landmark commercial, shopping centers like Odell or Mondi, the building gives the shopping mall a character, and people associate that brand with the building. We wanted to create that sort of aesthetic here and give Beverly Street its own mark in Colombo. So it's located facing the Sri Javadhanapura Mawatha main road, and on the side it's facing the Devanna Oya. So that's why we have a blank facade towards the main road with only on the side we have an opening giving just a glimpse of what's inside. So generating curiosity in the minds of people walking on the street. And we have more openings and more permeability towards the Devanna Oya. And Beverly Street also wanted to create a different shopping experience with a fusion restaurant on the ground floor. We have parking on the semi-basement, the cafe on the ground floor with a nail bar, and then on the mezzanine floor, which has visual links with the ground floor, we have the restaurant. And then we have items like shopping, the handbags and jewelry collection on these 2 floors. So these are the floor plans. You can see the car park and the ground floor fusion restaurant, and then the handbag and shoe collection. And then on the mezzanine floor, we have the restaurant and then the jewelry collection. Then all the services are located at the top left corner of the building. So let me walk you through the building now. So we enter into the space, and this is a shot from the interior of the Fusion Cafe. It's opening out towards the Devanna Oya, bringing in all the views and the wind from that side into the restaurant and creating a very different experience. This is the entrance lobby to the restaurant. And then we have the shopping floors. We have the kids section on the 1st floor, then the ladies section on the 4th floor, and 5th floor we have the gents section. So you can see how the rustic finishes blends well and actually brings out all the shopping items, all the items on display. So the colors in the building are brought in from the items on display, not from the building. The building blends into the background, bringing all the items into the foreground. Thank you. I invite Chaturika to present the next building.
Okay, next I'm going to explain you this brick house. So this is a category, it's like it's a residential two-storied house and it's on a like a 12.5 perch land with a floor area of 3,300 square feet. So this site, it's located on Gautami Road and this is right next to this famous Gautami temple. And this 12.5 land, it's like a very linear land. So one of the main requirement from this client was she wanted like a brick wall, exposed brick wall as a feature of this house. So what we start, when we are starting the design, because this is a linear site, so we introduce the brick wall along the top, along the long boundary of this house, and we plug all the main spaces to this along this wall. So the main living dining space and the pantry in the ground floor level are plugged along this brick wall, and in the upper level the TV lobby and the study area and the terrace is also again plugged to this brick wall and the attic level also. So this is how the section wise it looks like. Yeah. So when we are like, this is the after construction build picture. So, and anyway, this house they had like a big pinijambu tree, so that was one of the main feature that we used, and we used at. It's not working. So when we are entering, this is the parking area. So the existing pinijambu tree we kept as it is. And so this is the same entrance view at the night time. And this is the parking area and the existing pinijambu tree. So this is the main entrance. So this is the big brick wall that I explained you, which is going through along the house. So the living dining area is along with this brick wall. And this living dining area is facing the side garden. And this is the view from the garden towards the living area. At the same place at night time. And the main staircase along with this brick wall again. And the pantry area, which is has facing the rear courtyard, and we created this rear courtyard as a private dining area. And this is the first floor level study room, and the first floor level lobby, which is facing the big terrace, which is above the living and the dining space. And this is the same lobby space from the terrace side. And the above level is the TV lobby, which is on the attic space. So this is the master bedroom with like a small featuring courtyard inside the master bedroom with the attached toilet and the closet area. And this is this terrace with the pinijambu tree, and this pinijambu tree is like actually half of the terrace is shaded with this pinijambu tree. And the attic level. So next I'm going to explain you another project. This project is named as Ho. This is the land, if I'm the site extent is 1.5 acres and the floor area is roughly around 400 square feet. And this is going as like a renovation project, and this project has been selected this year for SLIA Design Awards. So this is the context, and that's the area that we renovated. Okay, so when I'm explaining on the site location, this is located on Colombo 3, which is right next to the Beare Lake, which is along the Perahara Mawatha. And this is like a low income, middle income housing scheme. So this is the main entrance point for this housing scheme. And these are the before renovation pictures. So that's the alleyway that we have to enter for this housing scheme, and this is this house that we renovated. So this is the interior pictures before the renovation, the living area, dining, and the bedroom area. So this is the plan before the renovation. So it's like a small linear site with a 10 feet width and like a 40 feet length. So the main space, the living space is like claiming ventilation from the common path. So that was one of the main issues they had, because there's no privacy for this house. And the entire house is claiming ventilation from a one window, and right on the center there's like a toilet core which is blocking the light and ventilation for the rear area of this house. So when we were doing this renovation thing, we demolished all the center walls and we introduced a courtyard for the rear area of the site, because the client wanted like a studio type apartment. And whatever the blocking place, that the covered toilets place, we shifted into the front of the house, and the entire house we focused to the rear side of the house, which is facing the rear courtyard. So when you are entering, you have to enter like from a narrow corridor and the bedroom space and the open kitchen dining space, which is opening towards the rear garden. So this is the section. And this is with the house, with the context. So this is after renovation pictures. This is the alleyway that we have to enter to the house. The same space at night time. And this is a top view from the top view. And this is the house. So from here you have to enter, and we introduce a grill door for like safety purpose. So this is the corridor that I explained you previously. When you open the door, on the side there's the toilet area, and this is just a small corridor area. So the place that we have kept ornaments is actually a duct. These are like the services line from the top level is coming. So we use this duct as like a featuring thing in this house. And this is the bedroom right next to the toilet, which is we raise the floor area. So when you enter, this is the house, the living dining area, which is facing the rear courtyard. So the same space at night time. So when you turn from the other side, the living dining and the bedroom space. And the rear courtyard, actually this is the space that they are using as the living room of the house. Next.
This is a garden we created 10 years ago. It's in Mandavala in Gampa district, 7-acre property. It was a pineapple plantation, but not properly cultivated or maintained. And my client purchased this property and wanted to create a leisure garden. If you see the plan, I don't think the pointer is working. So that road on that further end is the main road. It's a tarred road. Buses go. And this road is the road which leads to the village, this one. So it's a gravel road. And my client used to come from the main road, and he always used the gravel road to enter to his property. And after purchasing this property, the 7-acre property, he got the adjoining land. That piece of land, and that he built a service house like to accommodate the drivers and the gardeners, and to accommodate the vehicles. So his service gate or the secondary gate is somewhere here, and the main gate is on the other side, where the main road is. So he used to entertain the visitors from there, but day-to-day thing, he used to use this entrance. This garden he used every Thursday evening. He used to go from Colombo, stayed there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday he returned back to Colombo. There was an old house. We renovated that house, and he wanted like an estate bungalow type with deep verandas with colonnades. So that was created there. And beyond that is the maid's quarters, and there was a water tank and an outdoor kitchen. We did a contour survey, and after doing the survey, we found one of the highest point was further. So we had the we located the water tank there to irrigate the garden. We created we did a hydrological survey, engaged a hydrologist from Peradeniya University, and we found the water flowing underground the flow, and found the water was flowing this direction. So we created an artificial lake. My client wanted a fairly big lake, so it was created. And then the excess water used to flow this way. So that water was tapped by creating a dug well going across the land. And that water we collected and pumped to that water tank to irrigate the entire garden. The 7-acre property was we got water from that tank coming from this well. We created a pavilion after the dug well, and that entry to the pavilion was from like a bridge we created with railway sleepers. The kennel was here. It's one of the highest point of the land, so that the dogs can have a good look at the land, can have a control over this land. And if you see this road, somewhere here, it was like a bun. It's an elevated land. So we had two options: either to connect these two roads, to have the road going on the above this, or to excavate. We scooped out the land. Like, you can see, if you go along a high-level road somewhere in Homagama, you get two embankments like canyon. So we created a atmosphere or the environment, something like that. Now I'll show you the photographs. The pavilion was overlooking the paddy field, and subsequently my client purchased that paddy field also. This is the how the garden was before. Pineapple plantation, you can see. And this is what we created. You can see the kennel there, over there, and this side is a rubber plantation owned by another owner, and there's a small canal going here. This is that canyon thing I told you, that we scooped up the earth and created a pathway, and then the land got divided. To connect these two portions, we created a bridge, a suspended bridge over this canyon. You can see the pavilion with the paddy field. From paddy field, how, and then from the pavilion, how the paddy field is. This is the pavilion, and the dug well is down, and the bridge made out of railway sleepers. This is another view of the pavilion. Another view. My client used to entertain his friends over here. You can see that barbecue thing and the seating here. And then you can see after purchasing the paddy field, we extended the bridge. This is the artificial lake and the gravel road you can see. And if I forgot to tell you, a portion of the land, the upper portion, they have a lot of kaju trees. So grass won't grow underneath. So we put pebbles and we called it kaju kale. That side kaju kale and then the pathway, and this side is the garden. The boulders were put to make it interesting. And these are ornaments client purchased and placed it in different places. This is that suspended bridge. And there's a sit out bridge. The bridge. Thank you.